Bro, the Thunder just dropped a 29-point nuclear strike on Memphis. You were up by almost 30 and still got smoked. Ja Morant went down, the Grizzlies folded like a Dollar Tree lawn chair, and OKC said, "We run the West now." This was one of the most disrespectful comebacks I've ever seen. And yeah, Memphis should be ashamed. Final score, Thunder 114, Grizzlies 108. Memphis was up 77-51 at halftime. They were clowning. Ja had 15 points, Pippen Jr. was cooking, the crowd was vibing. And then, boom, boom. Chet, Shai, and Jalen turned into the Monstars in the second half. Chet Holmgren scored 23 of his 24 points after halftime. Shai dropped a cold-blooded 31, and Jalen Williams hit the clutchest free throw of the night to give OKC their first lead in the fourth. They outscored Memphis 63-31 after Ja left. That's not a comeback. That's a public execution. Let's talk about these Thunder boys. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, certified baller. He didn't just drop 31. He dropped surgical buckets when it mattered most. 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and cooked every poor soul who tried guarding him. One Twitter user said, "Shai plays like if poetry and violence had a baby." I agree, 100%. Jalen Williams, ice cold. 26 points, 6 boards, and that nasty hesitation move in the fourth had dudes flying like confetti. But let's talk about Chet Holmgren. Bro was Casper the Ghost in the first half, 1 point. Then in the second half, he turned into Kevin Durant with rim protection. 23 points in 24 minutes, 8 boards, 0 fear. Dude literally said, "If y'all not gonna show up, I will." That's Rookie of the Year energy. OKC didn't lead for 3.5 quarters and still walked out with the W. That's heart. That's swagger. That's a team with killer instinct. All right, Memphis fans, buckle up, because what in the pain and suffering was that second half? First off, yeah, losing Ja Morant hurts. He crashed hard after Dort stumbled into him midair. That's tragic. But what's worse, the entire team gave up the moment he limped off. Y'all were up 29, and then you let OKC treat you like practice dummies. Jaren Jackson Jr., 22 points is cute. But where was he in the fourth? Got locked up, looked rattled, and let Chet dogwalk him on both ends. Sierra Canyon's finest, Scotty Pippen Jr., dropped 28 and still got outshined by a G League-looking bench on defense. Bro, your offense was solid, but defense? That ain't it, Chief. Desmond Bane, 10 points, 3 of 11 shooting. Was he even in the arena? Felt like he was just out there doing cardio. The turnovers, 14 total. But the body language? Even worse. One Reddit fan said, "The Grizzlies looked like they were reading their Cancun brochures during the fourth." Bruh, facts. Twitter was having a field day. Thunder down 29 like it's a casual warm-up. Memphis brought a knife to a bazooka fight. Ja got hurt, and the whole team said, "Our job here is done." I turned the game off at halftime. Came back, and OKC was leading. What timeline is this? Reddit was even wilder. Chet Holmgren saw Ja get injured and unlocked a side quest. Eradicate Memphis. Jaren Jackson out there looking like a 7-foot scarecrow? I'm not saying it's true. But y'all made these memes easy. Let's get real for a second. I get it. Ja Morant is your franchise. But if your entire team collapses because one guy went down, you were never built for this. Where's the leadership? Where's the grit? A 26-point halftime lead and 0 urgency in the fourth? That's a coaching failure. That's a mental collapse. That's the kind of game that gets people traded in the offseason. And I don't want to hear the injury excuse. You had home court. You had momentum. You had the crowd. You lost because OKC wanted it more. They played like they were possessed. Y'all played like it was game 82 and you were trying to tank for Bronny. Embarrassing. MVP of the night? Easy. Chet Holmgren. Bro turned a ghost performance into a straight-up Marvel villain arc. 23 second-half points, 8 rebounds, made Memphis look like Summer League. If you watched the first half and missed the second, you'd think we were talking about a different human. This man is him. LVP, Desmond Bane. Sorry, bro. 10 points, 3 of 11 shooting. You were supposed to be the next man up after Ja went down. Instead, you look like you forgot your jump shot in the locker room. Not to mention the missed rotations and that late-game turnover that sealed the L. This ain't what Memphis needs from you. So now the Thunder are up 3-0, and it's looking like curtains for the Grizzlies. Game 1, Thunder won by 51. Game 3, came back from 29 down. Like, what more do you need to see? Y'all better start putting respect on OKC's name. Shai is a top 5 MVP guy. Chet is on demon time. Jalen is a silent killer. This team might be young, but they are scary. Drop your hot takes in the comments. Was this the biggest choke job of the playoffs so far? Is the Thunder a legit finals threat? And be real, should Memphis blow it up this offseason? I'm not saying they should, but if I see one more fourth quarter collapse, I'm sending them all on a cruise to Barbados. This has been Fast Break Feed, your home for savage NBA takes, late night rants, and that real basketball talk. Smash that like button harder than Shai smashed Memphis tonight. Sub if you're sick of robotic analysts. And remember, it's not a comeback if you never had a chance. Peace.